Oh, here we are again now, and it's like no time has passed. Gazing out upon the sunset as it sinks into the night. Many times it seemed as though a given day might be our last. Face to face with certain death, it's somehow coming out alright. I don't think that we have any cause to lament, but there's quite a lot of thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent.
You lot exit the Way House. Your exiting time drastically shortened this time.
Yeah, once you know how it turns and curves, it's really a lot easier to get out.
Yeah, the sunlight strikes your eyes, and you feel the rumbling of the volcano behind you.
Ooh, spicy.
Ominous.
Oh, disconcerting.
Wait, so you wanted to live here?
No. We were promised territory elsewhere. Ideally free of the Harrow.
And free of an active volcano.
This is a convenient meeting point between both where we were formerly and, our traditional enemy.
Oh, okay.
She says, suddenly looking a little bit more serious. We've had bad interactions with the Alarani in the past.
Haven't
It's
we
a
all?
little surprising that the Moot Shop want to even meet with us to begin with.
I still have no idea what she's saying.
Me either.
I thought I knew what she was saying, but now I'm not so sure.
I'm sorry, the coffee was warm and I started perspiring.
Anyway, let's get going non-specifically in a direction.
Yes,
Good idea.
I see you've met up with Astra inside.
We
It's
cannot
going to be
confirm or
like,
deny
well,
that.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, I don't
We're
know
now
who you're
on our
talking
way
about.
to help her fellows who are stricken with hardship somewhere to the north. Fellow good church fellow.
You're all going to the north.
Is that what you told us to do?
Oh, ideally, I thought you would bring both groups together. And I believe I overheard the term Alarani before, so then the figurative cat is already out of the bag. If one of your group could handle the Alarani, I'd really appreciate it. He tries to, lay the charm on you, Marcus. It doesn't work. You don't
Yeah,
feel
I look
compelled.
back with a fucking deadpan face. So.
Thog with a similar deadpan face walks up next to you. You know what? I can actually go meet with the Alarani. It's not a big deal.
No. Thog. Wait.
I
stick my hand out. Bonus.
Ah, for doing both of the jobs in a timely fashion. I see how it is. Very well. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a purse of coins, depositing it in your palm. Did you just extend your hand, ask for a bonus, and then actually get one? Did that just fucking happen?
Wow, impressive.
Marcus kind of looks at you just as surprised by what's gone down, but kind of winks.
Blood
money!
I talk up at Marcus and Thog from the
courtyard?
ground beneath the porch. Yeah. So we're splitting. What do we? How?
Yep, I think we got a split.
Can we afford to split?
Yeah, probably.
So the Alarani aren't in trouble, right?
Well, they were supposed to be here today. They haven't
Probably
arrived
not
yet.
in trouble. They don't have an ancestral monster after them.
What's a bigger problem here? The Harrow or the Alarani being late?
You're asking a question about the Alarani being a problem.
If they
No,
can be
I was asking, I guess, what's keeping them late? What theoretical problem?
Broken watches.
Yeah, they do. The Alarani do seem to like broken watches, I say, thinking about the golden pocket watch that doesn't work that I got from Thog.
I don't know. I have sort of a personal investment, I guess, in seeing the Alarani here, so...
Oh yeah, it's do you think you'll see your family or something?
Could be.
What?
What?
Thog has a family.
I mean, I guess I just never...
Are you on good terms with your family?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. Okay.
That's more like it.
Well, I want to do the monster one.
Marcus, could you, come with me? Would that be okay?
To help you with the Alarani?
Yeah, I mean, I can see the discipline. It's like telling a puppy,
no, it's I have heartburn suddenly, you know?
Marcus, we're sending you because you're one of our best negotiators, second only to Thog. And then, even then, sometimes not second to Thog. I look at Thog.
Thank you, Ashe. You are getting way better at kissing ass. Good job.
I don't think we're gonna need to do any negotiating, Gregor.
So we're doing negotiating. I start to wink, but then stop.
Wait, hold on. Now here's the important question. Hey Astra. She kind of like peeks back around. Yeah? Are you like, you said you were traveling in a caravan or what's it? Do you got like more friends coming? She nods one time. Hand on shoulder in front of Marcus. Marcus, she has a lot of friends. If we just do this and come back, I'm sure you can do whatever you do at all of them.
I mean, I don't really care about the rest of them at this point. She just seems really interesting. And if she dies tragically while we're away dealing with the Alaran, you are going to hear no end of this.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Marcus, don't say that.
I'd never let anyone die tragically.
No, yeah, that is the worst possible outcome I can that is the worst possible outcome I can imagine, but genuinely, Marcus, I do appreciate you coming along.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Thanks, Marcus. I promise to have read your book and done that book report you wanted.
Thanks, Ashe. You got any antacid?
Always.
I bet they're pretty, so don't worry.
Well,
Are they pretty?
Marcus and Thog head off to the west, and the rest head off in this direction. So, yeah, I guess you guys are coming with me.
Yep.
yeah, it's a pleasure to be working with you, Astra.
Yeah, a pleasure to be working with you guys, too. Your friend seems cool, too. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, he comes on a little strong.
He's very nice and
What?
charismatic.
Comes on a little strong sometimes.
Oh, that's okay. If you think that's strong, you should meet some of the... It's fine, you'll find out in time.
Oh, good, okay.
Wait, which friend are we talking about?
What? Oh,
I don't think she was referring to the hero as a friend.
No, I mean Marcus or Thog.
Oh, Marcus.
Marcus, yeah, blonde horns. I didn't really
okay.
get to know the other guy too well.
Yeah, Thog comes on strong, but in like a simmering way.
Anyway, Astra, lead the way, please.
Excellent.
And let's go fast.
Yes.
Okay, let's go fast. There were other mercenaries in the area. Should we pick them up as well?
If they're good.
If it's convenient.
If they look like they could beat us up, then yes.
And thusly, the group handles to tackle both the objectives at the same time. Meanwhile, Marcus and Thog.
So, Alaran, huh? Fun times. You looking forward to this as much as I am?
Nope, not at all. Like,
I was being sarcastic, Thog.
Yeah, no, I'm really seriously dreading this. I'm actually kind of glad that you're here, though, because out of everybody else, they tend to... How do I put this? They tend to view issues like this as very simplistic. Like, I think I overheard Ashe threatening to beat the crap out of the church guy because she didn't like him. Like...
Oh, yeah, classic Ashe.
Yeah, so, like, I'm glad that somebody with a softer touch is... You notice a lot of mercenaries around us?
Oh, yeah, they're all over the place.
You guys,
Hello?
Hello, mercenaries? You guys here doing the officiating job, too? The spear-wielding lady nods her head one time. Yep, that's what I thought. You wanna, like, take any of these guys with us?
I don't know. Anybody want to help us? Anybody want to help us rustle up some Alarani?
At the mention of
Anybody at
Russell...
all?
At the mention of Russell, she, they both raise their hands, and then it starts with Alarani, and they look away, like, quickly busying themselves with, like, shit in the brush.
Yep, should have seen that coming.
Marcus, thank you.
What for?
Thank you for actually coming along.
You're welcome, Thog. I've got to be truthful here. I'm not happy to be coming, but I would really hate the idea of you going at this alone.
Thank you. The two exit.
I would still rather be somewhere else, though.
The two exit. This mercenary is like digging in the ground with her dagger like it's a trowel. Ava over here is somehow trying to prune the trees using her spear while whistling. And so, after a few minutes of gathering, Astra and her group travel forward. You start to move towards the north, where she said she lost sight of her caravan. You travel out of the thin area around the dock. You do pick up a few mercenaries along the way, but you turn most away. As Thog put it, this was an open invitation. The riffraff tends to gather around such things, hoping for a job that'll earn a lot of money. Luckily for you, your reputation seems to have preceded you as very scary people.
Nice.
First things first, in your newly formed adventuring party, Astra strides. Surprisingly okay under the daylight, she occasionally shifts and makes eyes at the shade under the trees, almost looking for a chance to fervently dash underneath. Next strides your powerful and potent warrior, Gregor Hartway, bringing up the rear. He carries his glaive in hand, and his eyes are set on the horizon, where a looming volcano waits. Next follows Ashe, staring down at her map. Using the chart that Astra gave you, it should be a simple matter of getting to your destination.
If only there was a gallant mage to offer her some sort of shadow parasol.
Yes, if only there was a gallant mage to back her up in a time of need.
Oh, I just got lightheaded.
God damn it. God damn it, Jay. God damn it.
Anyway, where's Marcus? I swore revenge.
Wait, you swore revenge on Marcus? I keep looking up from my map every now and then at the mention of revenge. So you know Marcus?
Oh yes, very personally. Our grudge extends back to my beginnings, girl.
I wish you would stop calling me. That's just uncomfortable the way you say it.
I'm not calling you that. It's a generalized statement to the universe.
Didn't we turn this guy away?
Well,
We tried, he keeps following.
yeah. Also, I kind of wanted to ask him about the books that he wrote. Like,
Where did he come from?
Smooth Seas, Smoother Sailors? Like, what?
Where did he come from?
I,
Why are you just taking this in stride?
Why are you here?
What are you talking about? There was an open call for mercenaries. Me and the rest of the gang showed up.
wait, the rest of the gang?
But why
Oh,
are
yes.
you here?
Well, you turned everybody else away.
And you, I thought.
What?
It wasn't a test to see who's the most dedicated. We just turned you
It's
away.
me. I'm the most dedicated.
Right, okay. And what's this about the rest of a gang? Like, you travel with people?
Ah, yes, I travel with a powerful adventuring party.
What? Okay.
There's like a demon guy, I don't know, some sort of a wizard. The specifics are unclear to me, girl.
Huh. Okay.
Oh, there was a health inspector, too.
That doesn't sound right.
This is fascinating, let's move.
Yeah, walk and talk. You know, this might be a weird question to ask, considering all of the circumstances, but are you, sorry, Astra, no?
Yeah, Astra's
no.
walking alongside Gregor, just mouthing, "Who is he?" to him.
Oh, okay, I thought she was darting for the shade.
Yeah. It's better if I don't tell you.
So, like I said, weird question given the circumstances, but you wrote Smooth Seas, Smoother Sailors, right?
That's right, girl.
Yeah, it's still weird. What, I mean, I guess I'm kind of eager to pick your brain about it, but, like, it's a really simple book, and it's been super helpful, like, understanding the language of free, because, like, I've got a bit of a difficulty with the written parts of it, and your book is just so darn lacking complexity that I'm like, that it's good, it's easy to, like, get into.
Thank you.
What?
I have
was your-
absorbed roughly 5% of the feedback you've given me, reaching a new record for editorial advice.
What was your inspiration for those books?
He looks into the middle distance.
Was it to, like, make it easier for people new to free, like, new to the language, to, like, acclimate? Or was it, like, maybe to, like, a young adult fiction kind of thing? Maybe you just like sailing?
I wrote the book so that I could help to better understand myself. Through the written word, I came to comprehend what it meant to be Ballast McGee. Then I was horrified by what I saw and adopted this smarmy persona to equalize myself in my own grander life scheme. Girl.
I
Anyway,
stopped
let's
dead
go.
for a second and just stare at it.
Ash, let's not delve any deeper.
No, yeah, this is a deep, dark well that I do not want to drink from.
Gregor,
Yeah.
make him leave. Make him leave. Make him leave.
I
She's
tried.
tugging at your sleeve nonstop.
Ballast.
Yes?
What's that over there?
What?
Wait, is that Marcus over there?
What? He doesn't turn around.
Over there. Look, Ballast.
Yes?
Ballast. Stay here.
Okay.
Keep staying. Let's go.
Stay.
Okay then, I'll just be staying here until you tell me what I'm supposed to be looking at.
I give him a thumbs up.
We take off in the opposite direction very fast. Wow.
All right then. You travel down the path, Astra kind of scratching the side of her head as she walks. You know, this place looked a lot different during the day. I think I missed some of this. So do you guys know if, like, gnomes exist?
What is a gnome?
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. Like,
No, yeah, what is a gnome?
no, they're very small creatures. They've got big bushy beards.
Are you
They've
thinking
got-
of
Oh.
knolls? That sounds a lot like a
Nope.
knoll.
What?
No,
what,
like, I
what
was
is
talking
this? It's
about
like a
gnomes.
small town.
Suddenly, there comes a great rattling from beneath the yon bridge.
Okay. What
Okay.
should we?
Is this part of gnome culture?
No. This is an imp. We've kind of
What?
one of our friends, the guy with the horns, Marcus. He can like summon them. No. Sorry.
The imp
Oh,
waves its spear at you wildly. Gregor, it looks at your hand for a moment and then immediately slices at your wrist savagely.
Whoa!
More imps flood out of the surrounding buildings.
Oh, okay.
Gregor recoils.
Each of them is armed with a different sharpened wooden implement. They start to crowd around you. They are pissed. It's like you are trespassing somewhere right now.
No. Sorry. We just need to cross your village. We don't want
The
to.
lead imp reaches behind its back, pulls out a wide, kind of shallow bowl, and places it at the foot of this bridge here.
Oh no.
Gestures
Guys.
at it with its spear, gestures back to you.
Guys, oh
What?
boy, yeah, this is really embarrassing, but I think when I was running here, Astra kind of lifts her hand and carefully points over at that. I ran through that house.
Oh. Okay.
Wait.
Do you?
have, like, good night vision?
Yeah, just not when I'm running for my life.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
you have
I
good
think
day
I get
vision?
You're each stabbed in the shins once. They want you to hurry this along.
Gods. Okay,
Oh, I was
look,
spared.
we'll fix it. We'll fix it. All right. We can help.
Later.
This imp goes fucking crazy as you near the house. It goes for your ankles.
Fine.
Hey. Imps, stop it. We know your master.
No.
This imp latches onto your calf.
No, Gregor, don't say that word.
Stop
don't
it.
say that word. These are.
This imp,
We know
again,
you're
gestures
overlord.
down at the bowl resting on the ground and gestures at the three of you with the point of the spear.
I put the rock in it, fine.
It shakes its head. Not enough.
I think it likes it.
All right. Look, slowly. I reach into my pack and start shuffling around.
Ash, we don't have much time here.
I know, but they get.
This imp does a tiny little face palm, plants its spear in the ground, and starts to make hand gestures toward you.
Are they rude?
The first few are, but then it turns into like an attempt to actually be more descriptive. The imp curls up down into a ball resting on the ground. These other imps come up behind it and waggle their fingers down from the as high up as they reach, all the way down to the ground. This imp begins to rise back up again, arms spreading out to either side in a kind of crooked form. It's looking at you like you're fucking idiots.
You want water? Do you want?
Astra, you can dance. What are they
Do you
dancing
want
about?
seeds?
The imp stays totally still and frozen. This imp comes over here and begins to pantomime whacking at the base of the imp with its wooden stick.
I think they've turned on themselves. Now's our chance.
Finally, this imp starts to teeter to the side, making a sound.
Astra's like, she seems to be lost in thought. She does that thinking pose where you have like your hand up to your nose and mouth. It appears they want a resurrection. I think that's beyond our means at this point.
Astra gets another stab.
Ow.
Another calf stab.
I lean forward and hold out a water skin and gesture at the bowl with it?
The water skin is quickly pierced 7 times.
Assholes! God damn it! I quickly drink some of the water and then squeeze it out and let it dry on the ground, and then reach into my pack and pull out some seeds?
The lead imp makes a kind of like waffling their hand in either direction, like kinda.
You know, this doesn't bode well for our diplomacy mission.
Well, yeah.
This imp does a tiny little defeated sigh to itself.
Do you want us
Walks
to
over
put
here, breaks off a twig from this tree, holds it up to Gregor's face, points at one of the tiny houses, and then throws the twig at you.
Yeah, Astra's just sitting up against the tree, like, I don't want to tell you guys what to do, but she kind of like wrangles her head back and like taps it against the tree.
Hey, could
You
you tell
want
us
us
what to do?
I'm confused why you gave us a bowl if you want us to cut down a tree.
You get stabbed again.
Asshole!
It's okay, you
I get a
just...
feeling that if they could speak English, they would say something like, "The bowl is symbolic, you idiot!"
What's English?
Oh no.
Yeah, that eldritch language, English.
Many apostrophes in there. I, fix my water skin. I'm going to chop down this tree.
Okay,
I guess.
Hey everybody, look at me.
The imps all look at you. This one takes a bite out of Ashe's water skin.
Okay, keep at it.
Wait, Astra, can you? You're fast, right?
Reasonably.
Can you go back and get Ballast McGee and then have him chop down the tree so that we can keep going?
That isn't the worst idea in the world, but can't we chop it down relatively quick? Aren't you guys strong? You said you're good at beating things up.
Yep,
I mean, I guess. Trees are thick, though.
I can beat up trees. Hey, someone else, they're leering at me. Someone else has to take my place.
All right. You do it. You're probably better at chopping down a tree than I am. I try to wrestle my water skin away.
Yeah, you get back a couple shredded scraps of leather.
All right. Gregor takes out his glaive and starts slicing at this tree.
Oh, wait, make sure it doesn't fall onto their houses.
She takes, Astra next to you takes 2 careful steps, one after the other. You feel something almost like twitch in the world itself. The grass seems to grow more vibrant, like you're, for a split second, more alive. Your glaive swings with renewed power, just slicing straight through the tree.
That was way easier than it should have been.
Hey, you said you were good at beating things up. That probably extends to trees, right?
I've never been this good at beating up nature.
You showed nature who's boss. Now let's move past these gnomes.
Oh, they're imps. So you...
All right,
Doesn't fit. I'm not seeing it.
we did your thing. We can't fit that in the bowl, though, so you'll have to figure that part out. Time to go.
The imps shrug and kick the bowl over.
Yeah, good. Before we go, like, jerks though you've been, do you have any messages you want us to deliver? I kind of feel like you're weirdly family.
You know, to your
The imps
king and
look
overlord.
really confused. Like they are not understanding what you're
Oh,
saying.
wait, they are
or
feral.
they're barely understanding what you're saying.
I unfold some paper and do some quick scribbles of one of them, ideally, and then with like words coming out of the mouth with an arrow pointing to another imp.
Oh. The imps huddle between themselves and start gibbering.
I don't...
One of them does the crazy finger swirl against the head type thing. It turns back to you.
I don't think they've heard the good word of Marcus. I promised I'd kind of spread his message across the land.
Oh, right.
So,
Okay.
we gotta go real quick, but all of you consider dedicating yourself to Marcus. All right, bye.
Huh?
Step over. I leave them the drawing.
He's really nice and charismatic.
The imps shrug and begin basically attacking this tree, separating it into tiny logs.
Yeah, Astra makes a pain noise as she walks past, sort of like a, sorry.
Okay, that was frustrating.
Why?
Let's go.
We're moving at a reasonable enough clip.
Okay, yeah.
I
all right.
think we'll make it there before
Ash
it's...
has been stabbed in the legs much more.
I mean,
They are like tiny stabs from wooden
It's like
spears.
it's like whenever you walk through a thorn bush.
yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
I was about to say, I hit a particularly aggressive patch of shrubbery and came out with worse wounds.
You want me to beat it up? I'm pretty good at it.
I'm kind of wondering if those were pre or like post Marcus imps.
We should ask him,
Yeah, we should maybe.
but I'm afraid of the answer.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to like alert him to these.
Oh, that's a good point.
Anyway, let's run.
I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, me too. I hope him and Thog are doing fine.
Oh, Thog's gonna be fine.